The architectural world just lost one of its most revolutionary voices, and the timing couldn't be more bittersweet. Sir Nicholas Grimshaw, the visionary behind some of Britain's most iconic structures, including Cornwall's breathtaking Eden project and London's original Eurostar terminal, passed away at the remarkable age of 85. But here's what makes his legacy particularly fascinating. While most people know his buildings, few understand the controversial philosophy that drove his groundbreaking designs. Grimshaw established his architectural practice back in 1980, launching what would become a decades-long mission to challenge everything we thought we knew about modern building design. His first major breakthrough came with the Financial Times printworks in 1988, a project that didn't just win multiple prestigious awards, but actually revolutionized how newspapers could be produced and distributed. The building was so ahead of its time that it earned Grade 2 listed status in 2016, cementing its place in architectural history. Now here's where things get controversial. Grimshaw found himself grouped alongside architectural legends like Norman Foster, Richard Rogers, and Renzo Piano as pioneers of the high-tech movement. But plot twist, he absolutely hated that label. In a candid 2018 interview with The Guardian, Grimshaw dismissed the term entirely, arguing that high-tech sounds like a stylistic movement. Instead, he boldly claimed his work was very solidly grounded in Paxton and Brunel, referring to the great Victorian-era architects who built Britain's most ambitious structures. This is where most people miss the point entirely. While critics tried to box him into contemporary categories, Grimshaw was actually reaching back to embrace the engineering brilliance of the 1800s, just with modern materials and techniques. Take the Eden project, for instance. This isn't just some pretty greenhouse. It's an architectural marvel that transformed a discarded clay pit into a living laboratory, housing an astounding 5,000 different plant species. The interconnected geodesic domes, supported by an intricate network of tubular steel, create what many consider the closest thing to a real-life terrarium on Earth. But here's the kicker. This wasn't just about showcasing plants. Grimshaw was making a bold statement about sustainability and environmental responsibility decades before it became trendy. Then there's the Eurostar terminal at Waterloo, a project that showcased Grimshaw's ability to blend functionality with pure artistic vision. That sinuously curving 400-meter-long roof wasn't just for show. It was engineered to handle the complex logistics of international rail travel, while creating an almost cathedral-like sense of space and movement. When it opened in 1994, it swept both the Mies van der Rohe Award and the RIBA Building of the Year Award, now known as the prestigious Sterling Prize. But here's where Grimshaw's prescient thinking becomes almost eerie. Reflecting on the Eurostar terminal in 2018, he noted the bitter irony of Brexit. It seems run-of-the-mill now, but it was a huge emotional thrill at the time to be connected to Europe like this. I suppose it's particularly ironic now, given the absolutely crazy decision to leave the EU. Those words hit differently now, don't they? And this is the part that proves Grimshaw's lasting impact. His firm claimed a second Sterling Prize just last year for their transformative work on London's Elizabeth Line. Working in collaboration with Atkins Realis, Maynard, and Equation, Grimshaw's team didn't just design underground stations. They created what he called heroic spaces that capture the excitement of departure and the exhilaration of arrival. For anyone who's experienced the Elizabeth Line, you know exactly what he meant. The accolades kept coming throughout his career. A knighthood in 2002 for his architectural contributions, presidency of the Royal Academy from 2004 to 2011, and the ultimate recognition, the RIBA Gold Medal in 2018. His firm's tribute described him as a man of invention and ideas, with an extraordinary ability to convince others that daring ideas were possible. But here's what I find most compelling about Grimshaw's approach. While other architects were getting caught up in postmodernist trends and decorative flourishes, he remained laser-focused on what he called architectural purity. His philosophy was beautifully simple, yet radical. I see the practice of architecture as similar to boat building. It's about materials and structures doing real things, as opposed to decorative things. This raises a fascinating question that architects and design enthusiasts are still debating today. In our current era of Instagram-worthy buildings and social media-driven architecture, was Grimshaw's function-first philosophy the right approach? Or do we need more buildings that prioritize visual impact over pure functionality? What do you think? Should modern architecture follow Grimshaw's lead and focus primarily on lightweight, sustainable, and purely functional design? Or is there room for buildings that prioritize aesthetic appeal and cultural statement-making? The debate continues, and honestly, I'd love to hear your take on this in the comments below.